Fáilte roimh hiag Matt and Michael na Seachtaine seo. You're welcome to this edition of Matt and Michael. The mural behind me has just been painted on the hoarding around the new performance venue under construction at High Street, Trim. It celebrates the film Braveheart, released in 1995, some of which was filmed in Trim, around Trim Castle, in summer 1994. Trim Castle was transformed into the medieval cities of York and London, and many locals got parts as extras in the film. Trim Tourism Network is presenting Braveheart 25, a celebration of the filming in Trim on August the 13th and 14th this year. This will include showings of the movie itself, followed on Sunday evening by a special family film. Some of the cast of Braveheart will be present. This celebration was planned to take place 2 years ago, but it had to be postponed because of the pandemic. From one film to another. Here's Matt.
The film Dr. Zhivago was launched in 1965, I do believe, historical romance, and it starred Omar Sharif, Geraldine Chaplin, Rod Steiger and Alec Guinness, and was based on the 1957 novel by Boris Pasternak. Now the theme music, as I said, was very popular. Loosely called Somewhere My Love, it was officially known as Lara's theme from Dr. Zhivago, and was extremely popular and very melodic. And I'm going to be introducing it to my friends in Care Choice very soon, and I hope that they'll have a good listen beforehand and be ready. And I'm going to introduce, I think this thing here is called a kazoo. I'm going to introduce it. I got it as a birthday present last week for my 85th, and we'll see how it fits in with the introduction. So, here we goes. Somewhere, my love, there will be songs to sing, although the snow covers the hope of spring. Somewhere a hill blossoms in green and gold, and there are dreams all that my heart can hold. Someday we'll meet again, my love. Someday, whenever the spring breaks through, you'll come to out of the long ago, warm as the wind, soft as the kiss of snow. Till then, my sweet, think of me now and then. Godspeed, my love, till you are mine again. Someday we'll meet again, my love. Someday, whenever the spring breaks through, you'll come to me out of the long ago. Godspeed, my love, till you are mine again.
Here is a poem called There Will Come Soft Rain by Sarah Teasdale. Sarah Teasdale was a very successful American poet, born in St. Louis, Missouri in 1884, and she died in 1933. She published many volumes of poetry, some of which were bestsellers, and she won the Pulitzer Prize for her 1917 poetry collection called Love Songs. This poem, There Will Come Soft Rain, was published in 1980 during World War I and during the 1918 flu pandemic. It's about the peace of nature, which is indifferent to the outcome of the war or to mankind's possible extinction. There will come soft rain. There will come soft rain, and the smell of the ground, and swallows circling with their shimmering sound, and frogs in the pools singing at night, and wild plum trees in tremulous white. Robins will wear their feathery fire, whistling their whims on a low fence wire. And not one will know of war, not one will care at last when it is done. No one would mind, neither bird nor tree, if mankind perished utterly. And spring herself, when she woke at dawn, would scarcely know that we were gone.
When Neil Diamond composed Sweet Caroline in 1969, it was thought that perhaps he did it to celebrate the daughter of John F. Kennedy, who was Caroline Kennedy. Anyway, I suppose it made a good story, but it turned out not to be the case. He admitted later on that he wrote it to celebrate his then wife, whose name was Marcia. But he needed a song with 3 syllables, and Marcia's name had only 2. So that's how Caroline, Sweet Caroline, got born. So, there's a message in there somewhere. I tell my grandchildren now, whenever they get married, or getting married, or thinking of getting married, make sure that there's enough syllables, the right number of syllables are in the name. Otherwise, you could run into troubles. And troubles are best avoided. Join in and sing with me. Where it began, I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, and spring became a summer, Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hands touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seemed so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would, but now I look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurting runs off my shoulders, how can I hurt when holding you? One, touching one, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Oh no, no. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Sweet Caroline.
Cadets, orange cadets, orange cadets, orange cadets, orange cadets, cola cadets, cola cadets, cola cadets, cola cadets, lemonade. Cadets, white lemonade.
Now, Cadet's new 2-litre bottle is even bigger value, with a full 10% extra free. And that's good news for the whole family.
Delicious cadets, cadets, volume.
Here's a poem of mine based on an incident when I was young. One of those incidents where you do something that's actually quite cruel when you think of it later on and you regret it. The first stone. Brendan Foley dared me. I was only 10. So I threw the stone at her closed carved door and ran. When I looked back from the Rockfield corner, I saw her hopping by her feral hedge, an agitated bundle waving a futile stick. I was terrified. Imagined her writing a story with me as villain, detected, convicted, executed, editing it each time she spied me. Every day on my way home from school, I ran past her house, which stared through the grasping trees like a huge megalithic tomb, windows cobweb curtained, frames peeling around that closed carved door. I served Mass the day they buried her, carried the cross, begging forgiveness by brushing her closed carved coffin. Ora pro nobis peccatoribus.
Climb upon my knee, sonny boy. Though you're only 3, sonny boy, you've no way of knowing, there's no way of showing what you mean to me, sonny boy. When there are gray skies, I don't mind the gray skies. You make them blue, sonny boy. Friends may forsake me, let them all forsake me. I still have you, sonny boy. You're sent from heaven, and I know your worth. You've made a heaven for me right here on earth. When I'm old and gray, dear, promise you won't stray, dear, for I love you so, sonny boy. When there are gray skies, I don't mind the gray skies. You make them blue, sonny boy. Friends may forsake me, let them all forsake me. I still have you, sonny boy. You're sent from heaven, I know your worth. You've made a heaven for me right here on earth. And if the angels grow lonely and they take you from me, I'll follow you, sonny boy.
Thank you, Kevin. We'll end this week with a video from 2015. It was produced by the Stockhouse restaurant in Trim. It's called Trim, the Town That Looks So Well. Matt is responsible for the music and the vocals. The lyrics are by the late Tommy Murray, the poet from Trim. And this was created for the Entente Florale Europe 2015, when Trim was a prize winner. Until we see you in 2 weeks' time, take care, God bless.
Come back to Trim when Ireland's hills and valleys are laden down with tapestries of May. Come when the fields are ankle deep in daisies and the Boyne rolls lazily on its way. Stroll by the mill, now brooding in the shadows. sit beside the rippling waterfall, where the welcome from the robin in the blackthorn is echoed from straggling fence and wall, and where the graveyard nestles by the roadside, a generation long since passed away, rub shoulders for a moment with the headstones, and remember those now glorified in clay. So come back when Ireland's hills and valleys and unruly rows of whitethorn bloom with May. Come when the fields are still awash with daisies, and the river rolls lazily on its way. And where the skyline beckons in the distance, and the yellow steeple soars in fading light, see the castle shimmer in the water, ere the mist falls like a curtain on the night. Then join again the revellers in the tavern, and hear the songs they sang in days of yore, as they praise the men who died for Ireland's freedom, and promise to take Kathleen home once more. So come back when Ireland's hills and valleys are laden down with tapestries of May. Come when the fields are still awash with summer, and the river rolls lazily on its way. So come back to dream again this summer, when Ireland's hills and valleys bloom with May. Come when the fields are still awash with daisies, and the gentle Boyne rolls lazily on its way, and the gentle Boyne rolls lazily